let's talk about my partners, Chinaza Onuzo and Damola Ademola. First of all, I mean, they've been phenomenal all these years. We've worked together because of the trust that we have for ourselves. So thank God we have never betrayed ourselves. This is why Inkblot still exists. This is why Nollywood enjoys Inkblot. And so forever and always grateful to them. Biggest person in my corner for this was my mom. Because I'm a woman, I'm a wife, I'm a mother. Directing is it's a lot of work. You're out working till 6 a.m., My mom, solid rock. She was there just holding the fort. She was fantastic. Super grateful for her. And then the crew. So yes, my first time directing, but I've worked with this crew for years. And so I knew it as exactly who I wanted to produce for me, to be my DOP, produce Vincent, DOP Barney, to be my AD, Ayodele, and all the HODs, makeup, Biodun the chair, just lighting, Shola, Texas. These are people who, through the years, have worked with us and have delivered all the time. So I knew that working with them, they will be able to cover my mistakes, and they will just, give me the advice I need when I need it. And they would also understand my vision when I speak with them, because we already have that camaraderie. So fantastic. I loved it. These are the people who, this film is because of these guys.
Taking lessons from your friendship, your partnership at Inkblot, what can you say about, betrayal?
Betrayal. I mean, we stab each other in the back all the time. No. But it's great to have two people that you trust, right? And let me put it like this. It's great to have two people that at any point in time, even if we don't agree with each other, we know that the other person has the best interest of the company, the project, or the other person in mind. So it's not a case where there are egos or anything like that. You look at the person and you're like, look, we might not agree on this, but I know that the way you are looking at it, you're looking at it because you have the best interest of this project in mind. I also have the same thing. You also have the same thing. So when the three of us have the best interest of something in mind, hey, yeah.
Is that the same thing reflected in this story, dude?
No. This movie is a movie straight out of Insta blog, Juice Lover, or what they call it, Linda Ikeji. Wife wakes up, happily married wife wakes up, finds out that her husband has been arrested for the death of his girlfriend. You're like, wait, you have a girlfriend. Two, wait, God has caught you. You have now, so there's all of those kind of things.
I think directing is about experiences and having a vision and bringing it to life. And I think that Zulu, having worked in the industry for 10, 15 years, is a very experienced executive. And shepherding other people's projects as a producer is, when you step into director's chair yourself, it's different, but it has some of the same similar skills. And she brought all of that experience to bear in crafting the narrative that was The Betrayed. Every director should think their film is the best. And that's why one of the business about directors, you own the films that you've done. And with Betrayed, Zulu owned it 100%. And it was a pleasure working with her to craft that vision and bring it to life. And yes, who's the boss? Come on, it's a lovely romantic comedy. What am I going to say? Yes.
Anyone who decides to make a film in Nigeria has to be given national honors, because you're not only going against nature in trying to tell a story because you're playing God, you're going against Nigerian nature. You're fighting a lot. You're going against the odds. And then when Nigeria decides to happen on your set, you have to stay strong, and you have to stay big, and you have to conquer all. So anyone who makes a film, I salute you. It's not easy. It's not easy to tell us. It's not easy to tell a story, especially in Nigeria. So whenever I see directors and producers out there right now, I have a newfound respect for them. It's not easy, and it's a big deal. So we're here to celebrate Zulu for the Betrayed, and I can't wait to see what she has put together.
I'm going to be honest. If I find out that my man, my husband, a man that we have built everything, if I find out that he's just cheated on me, and now he's been accused of murder, and now our home is being taken away from us, our life that we know is no longer ours, I would be mad. I don't think I would want to even hear anything. Although a side of me would not believe that my husband... So let me say this, for the first 2-3 days, I'll be mad. I will not even care if he's going to jail. That's the truth. But I think after a week, it would dawn. That's my husband. I need to fight. And we saw Amarachi fight. So
We don't see this today. Like, I mean, at least on the internet, everybody's like, get up and leave.
yeah,
So this is like counter what we see online.
you can't just get up and leave now. Your husband has been accused of murder. I don't want to give spoilers. Okay, if we're talking about me personally,
Any less than that?
okay, let's not talk about the film.
Yeah.
I might leave. Oh. Because how can you cheat on me and then you are going to jail? Oh, that's going to be such a dark time. I will.
I mean, anybody would understand.
Yeah. Maybe later I will come back. When I find out that, okay, maybe I was too hot-headed. But at that moment, I'll be too hurt to even think.
I play the role of Kunle. Kunle is a yellow boy. There's no other way to put it. He's a yellow boy. He's a hacker. He's very flirty, very unserious. Like, I feel like Kunle is the kind of person where there can be trouble. Like, everyone is very serious, and he's like, yeah, man, whatever happens. He's so cool with life. Like, and in more ways than one, I feel like that's. I be like that too sometimes. I do get like I feel like life shouldn't be taken so seriously. I feel like take things as they come.
I've heard a lot of people say, like, you don't trust a betrayer because the person will do it again, right? So do you subscribe to that, or do you think, sometimes maybe it just happened?
To be honest, like, all we have is hope. I can't I can stand here and tell you, oh, you should do this or do that, but at the end of the day, they might do it again. They might not. You're going to have to ask yourself, what I have with this person, is it more than this feeling that I currently feel now? Is it more than is it more than the hurts from the betrayal I currently feel now? If it is, try and amend things. If it's not, leave it where it is. But as to whether or not they will do it again, you have no clue. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 seconds, so we can't know. What we can do is try. If it happens again, if you come here and say I don't try, but I think you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the person. If you love them, to let's give it a second shot. That's my honest opinion.
So I play Tolu. Tolu is the best friend of Amarachi, who is played by Uche Montana. She's a lawyer. So in this film, we see her be friend and lawyer. Yes, to Amarachi. She's a solid character. I think people who have solid personalities, who are very dedicated to their friendships, will find a lot of similarities between themselves and Tolu, because we see her literally, in our Nigerian term, carry their friendship on her head.
What is the most important support that one needs at that kind of?
Honestly, true friendship, support from family, your loved one. You need a safe space in that kind of situation, because what people fail to realize is when things go bad is one thing, but having things go bad on a public scale where everyone's in your business is a whole different ball game. And this was an average lady who minds her business that now found herself, getting blowback from people she doesn't even know. It's a lot for anyone to handle, even people in the industry that you think are used to it. So we see her need a safe space. She needs literally a place where she can feel like herself again and know that she's secure and guarded. And I think she found that in her friend Tolu.
I saw your Instagram post recently about when you went to Anako and you saw the poster from Up North.
Hey guys, so sometimes it's good to just take a moment and reflect on your journey and how far you've come and where you started. And check this out. So I'm at Anako and I walk in and this is what I see. My first ever cinema feature. Man, time flies. It's been, I think, 6 years since this came out. Yeah, look at us. And yeah, it's always good to be able to track back and see where you started from. And yeah, thanks for everything, guys. God bless you.
So, I'm just curious, how were you feeling at that moment?
Most of my life is based on, I'm more focused on the things that I'm grateful for than for the things that I'm hopeful for, and so going to Anako and seeing that poster just reminded me of how far I've come in a relatively short period of time. In a relatively short period of time. So it was encouraging and it was humbling at the same time.
So I'm glad that my journey so far, I've been patient, and God has done His thing, you know. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here, really.
I mean, that's going to better every year.
Amen, brother. Amen. I appreciate it.
The knowledge that life is not fair. It is not fair. Once you understand that life is not fair and that life is not your friend, then you expect betrayal. Because betrayal must come to as long as you're alive, you must be betrayed at one point or the other. So it is now how you're going to handle it. And what you're going to do to handle it is the rest of your life. Because if you're betrayed, you feel hurt, the next thing is anger. From anger, you go to bitterness or to revenge. If you stay stuck there, it will control you the rest of your life. But if you're betrayed and you understand that it's life, and then you ask yourself, how am I going to get around this? And then the next question you ask yourself, this person who betrayed me, is it worth continue to have a relationship with or not? And then if you decide it's not worth having a relationship with, you forgive the person and cut the person loose and live the rest of your life free without any bitterness, and you move on. But you understand that this is what life is about. So you choose those people you stay with and the people you cut off from your life. Finish.
I think the best way to handle betrayal, especially in a relationship in which you've been vulnerable, is to remember a few things. That the way that people treat you is a reflection of how they treat themselves. So if they discard the trust that you give them, if they discard the love, then that means that they're lacking love in themselves. And then also, one of the most important things is to not feel like a fool for choosing love. For choosing to be vulnerable and putting yourself out there, you have to consciously make the decision to be human, to be soft. And don't ever feel like you were an idiot for doing that just because it didn't work in your favor this time. What makes you a good person, what makes you true and pure, is your willingness to give yourself to others. And a bad experience by one bad person who needs to fix themselves in their own life should not corrupt your goodness that you continue to give to the world.
Love isn't what people tell you that it is. In my experience, it's just something that grows.
Hey, Mr. Bala.
And dies.
You're a bad boy.